when we started reading the Law of One, there is a principle or concept talking about what would be the Great Awakening of Earth, where there's a mass consciousness of belief, what it takes, what percentage of people it takes to reach that critical mass,
right,
to finally the whole of Earth can ascend.
Right.
The formula was 51% of service to others versus 95% of service to self. If the whole planet can get to 51% service to others consciousness, then we will all be able to have a mass consciousness of ascension. The thing before action is always intention. The key here is your intention of whatever you're about to do or act upon a service to yourself or truly a service to another? To reach an ascension level of awareness, either in a person or a group, it takes around 51% of individual or group consciousness to be service to others. Now, the 95% is you can reach the same ascension by going service to self as long as you hit a collective 95% of control.
It takes more power to feel bad.
Right.
It supposed to feel good.
Also, yeah, it takes
more energy.
How much energy does it take to be angry?
Exactly, the whole point.
But how much less energy does it take to feel love, even though love is a more powerful energy? The minority wins. Service of others would be love. Service to self would be ego, or service to self would be control.
Yeah.
Because everything you do, no matter what it may seem, is all centered upon your own gain.
Okay.
All we have to do is appreciate one other as a part of the whole, because that's what service to others is. You're not serving yourself, you're serving another, which you recognize as yourself.
We are all one, meaning we are all from the same creator. We are all an image of that creator, just having its own experience.
Right.
Okay, so we're just a reflection of the creator. Everything in the end is service to self, because we are all an image of creator. So is it service to self in a good way? Meaning, am I serving myself in order to help others, or am I serving myself to help myself?
Even the smallest things can be service to self without you knowing it. Did you let people in the door before you just to be last? That's service to self. That's very simple.
Right.
It's very simple. Did you lend money to this person in hopes that you will be recognized? That's a very selfless act, but it's actually being done for self-gain. So if we are kept in a perpetual loop of low frequencies of service to self, we are always protecting ourselves, so we're always service to self all the time.
You're always living in fear, thinking something's behind you, trying to catch you.
Yes, right.
And they can trick you in things too, like, the different movements that go on and stuff like that.
We can hear this all day, but what does it really take to do service for others? Intention. Intention. It's not the action. Are you doing something in service to get personal gain, either if that's identity, financial, anything, or are you genuinely doing a service for others, just knowing that that's good enough?
Interesting. You guys are blowing my mind.
Thanks.
We always do.
Yeah, you guys always do. It is kind of easy to just lean into that 95%.
Do you see yourself in hindsight making service?
Absolutely.
Like just thinking about it, you see it.
Very much.
Right.
I am very much a negative thinker, and it's an easy place to go. Or perhaps we're the most trained
Ruts
in
in the
that
carpet,
direction.
Yeah.
Right, that ruts in the carpet. And when you do see the glimmers from those that are actually the minority, that are actually able to go into that 51%, who are able to, I want to say, death to self versus service to self. The death to self, we're putting it down, and like Jesus, like Paul, or like some of the greats, right? Their ability to be so based that they've set aside their ego.
Death to self. Death to self.
Right. They set aside their ego.
I love
They
it.
set aside, and they realize my greatest work is in others. Yes. There's nothing that's ever altruistic, right? You can never be truly altruistic. At some point,
Yeah.
Jesus, at some point, was working
That's
on
why
his
we
own
get, that's why
behalf
we get 51%.
he had something he was supposed to do.
The most
Right.
gratitude you ever take is from giving it.
Yes.
Right. Remember, that's why we
Oh,
get a 49% leeway, because the return is great.
Oh, yeah.
Like the self, it's okay to have self appreciation of what you're doing for others.
Oh, yeah.
So that's the back around.
You end up getting more than what you
Every
paid.
time.
Absolutely.
Every single time.
Because the universe is love.
It's an
Again, it takes a big amount to hate something. To really hate something, it takes a lot.
If it's creating something, it's more or less service to others. If it's self-preserving something about you, it's usually service to self. Every time. Service to self is selfish. Service to others is selfless.
Right. No,
Right?
it's simple. Yeah.
And unfortunately, it's ironic because what we're doing in our intentions and thinking, we are becoming selfish in our thoughts to learn how to be selfless. We have to go in to go out to go in every time. I think it's ironic because if we're trying to go help people out and not helping ourselves first, we're just projecting and yelling. We want to try to fix people without
You
fixing
got to help
ourselves.
yourself, but in order to help yourself,
You gotta help
have
others.
to help others.